See, I'm riding high. I got five on it. I got five on it. See, I'm riding high. I got five on it. I got five on it. Grab your phone, let's get keyed. I got five on it. Messing with that in the weed. I got five on it. I got five on it. See, I'm riding high. 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 I got five on it. Grab your phone, let's get keyed. I got five on it. Messing with that in the weed. I got five on it. I got five on it. See, I'm riding high. See, I'm riding high. See, I'm riding high. See, I'm riding high. I got five on it.
What is going on, Shedheads, and welcome back. It is Friday night, which means it is Green Room Friday. Goddamn right. And tonight, we got, one of these episodes that we've done, I think, maybe once or twice in the past. But I think it's going to be the second time we're actually utilizing the Q&A feature in the YouTube chat for a little Ask Us Anything. A little AMA or AUA in this case, because there's three of us here on the panel. That's pretty much what tonight's show is going to be. So just use that little thing. You could literally just click on the Q&A, type your question in, and then I'll be able to look through and pick them out as the show goes on. Other than that, let's get the show started as we normally do. With a little vape buffet. What we got in front of us. I know some of us maybe don't necessarily have as much of a buffet anymore. It's more just like a setup.
So just what's your vape?
What's in your hand, bro? Like, you know what I mean? What is it, Sean? What you got?
Well, that's the funny thing that you say that, because it is too. Like it's kind of like all right, so we pretty much know the mod at this point because like I'm boring and I settle in on a mod for like 2-3 months at a time lately. But yeah, so we're still rocking on the Unicorn Vert V2 with that RDA2 because fuck. I have not had a desire to vape another Addy.
Don't blame me.
That's really good.
It
It is really good.
It really is that enjoyable of a vape that like
100%.
I have no reason to bother to set up another Addy right now. Like it's fine. This is perfect. It's everything I need it to be. So I'm still vaping it, and I am excited that I have a bottle of this liquid right here. I wasn't supposed to have this till tomorrow, and the vape god smiled on me, got me 2-day shipping.
Ooh.
Yeah, got it from the homie,
Oh,
Mr.
good old
Sifu,
Sifu.
doing that astral plane. But yeah, guys,
Which one's that one again?
this
Vanilla
is the
custard, right?
vanilla custard.
Ah.
Yeah, I figured vanilla custard is a good place to start when you got the variety that I like to grab from Sifu. So kick off with the vanilla custard for a little bit. Let the others kind of get a little more time to settle, steep in a little bit because some of them are more complex flavors, like his chocolate peanut butter cookie, stuff like that. I enjoy it. It's interesting because like I vape a lot of vanilla custards. Every one of them is unique, right? Everybody's got their own flair to it. And the thing that I like about Sifu's is there's something in here that reminds me of Prohibition's vanilla pudding and cookie. I can't remember what flavor name that was.
It wasn't. It was called. It wasn't White Lightning. It wasn't Syntax. It was
No.
Prohibition.
Somebody in
Not
chat probably
Speakeasy.
knows.
I've literally named everyone but the one it is.
Yeah, you're missing this one, and I think there's one more flavor. And
Because
yeah,
White Lightning was watermelon. The root beer float one or the root beer one was the Speakeasy.
yep.
Then there
Syntax is
was
peanut butter.
yeah, Syntax is peanut butter, and what's the other one?
Oh man,
It might come to me. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
no.
I get you. It's because I feel like this is not a knock on Sifu's recipe at all. Like we've went over this on the show. I've told him, his is more of a pudding. It's not as much of a custard. He's
Yeah.
like more of a pudding guy.
And on top of that, like there is that note in here that is reminiscent of that cookie flavor.
Like a Nilla wafer?
Almost, yeah. Like it almost feels
because it was supposed to be like a golden Oreo pudding.
yeah, like there's some sort of like Nilla wafer, like if I was thinking of this as a custard, it's obviously whatever crust component he's created, right? But I just know I like it. Like it conjures a memory of something I already love. And strangely enough, as we've talked on a podcast before, that's kind of how we frame our understanding of things, right? Is through a lens of things we already know. I already liked that Prohibition. There's elements to this I recognize that remind me of it. I immediately loved this. So yeah, shout out to Sifu. Sifu's the dude. If you're looking to find out what Sifu can do, go find him on Instagram. Say hello. He's a nice guy. Anyway, Uncle Chris, what you got?
He's got a great mustache too. Like,
Yeah, phenomenal.
He definitely does.
Honey Pea. For sure.
Okay, so I have two setups in front of me. I was only gonna vape one, but I didn't like pre-break in the cotton at all. So I'm still like letting it chill a little bit before I start hitting it. So I'm gonna show off both because I'm gonna be vaping too. So the first setup I got, it's the Gore 21 Vandy Vape. Still like is the best bang for your buck like mod in my opinion. It on top, I got the this is the OBS Cheetah Mini 2. And it's a 22 millimeter. I have it built with like a series build in it because I was running on my Dull Dime, I think the last time I used it, which was a while ago. It's actually got the my most favorite thing from the Ardent, the drip tip right here. It's the Ultim drip tip from that. Shout out to Stan, knows how to design great drip tips.
What about the RDA, bro? Sorry.
Shout out to Stan. He knows how to design great drip tips. And inside, I have some AC3, some of mine. So the apple caramel cream custard. And then my next setup, I got the Davpo Riva.
Riva.
So Riva. DNA 250C.
Is
On
that
top,
some
I got the
ostrich on
Boreas
the back?
V2 and the tall mode. So like this holds like 6 mils. Like this, it's not even that big of an Addy. And when it's filled, it holds like 6 milliliters. It's pretty dope actually. And then I have a Stay Gold chop top on top. The coils that I have in here, I think that they're they're Sammy Nitro 28 gauge is what they are. So they're coming in at a 0.13. And the liquid that I got in there is actually like a vanilla custard that I like remade. It's a like doesn't have one single ingredient other than the same sweetener. And this one is like my official one that I'd released. And yeah, that's everything for me.
And Kevin
James.
came through with the answer. It's riding shotgun.
Riding shotgun. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin K.
Shout out to Kevin K for coming up with the answer with the quickness.
Also, thank you, Dean, because I saw that you put it too.
Yeah, I see Dean. He said,
And if you want to tag me, remember, Dean, you got to use the 0.
Oh, anyways, for me, 2 guesses.
mango in the squonk.
Well, both those guesses were correct. First off, I got the old Empire Squonk with the Alexa. I actually switched it up and
Shit.
want to try this out on there and see what it was like because I actually never really squonked this much. And I gotta say, performing pretty well, but gotta be easy on the bottle, baby, because this thing will fucking overflow, and it has all over my hand a few times. But now I figured it out. It's just one press. Wait a second. Maybe another light press. You know what I mean? You don't just hammer it because otherwise it gets all over the place. But anyways, inside I think I have a Breeze Tones Triple 27 coming out to a good old 0.3-ish and 65, actually 67 watts is where I've landed. I don't know why 67. I was just messing with it. Right. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, right there. 70 was too much. 65 was like, so I was like, middle ground. And it's vaping really nice. I forgot what the name of this drip tip was when I did the cloud check, and then I remembered when I was doing the caption. This is the mistletoe chop top. It's kind of got like a cool pearlescent.
I think that's one I don't have.
That's the only blue 810 drip tip I have.
I
like kind of blue. I was like, oh, dude, I need a drip tip to put on here to make it match. And shit. I could have put just a black one on there, but what's that? What kind of fun is that, you know?
True that.
Anywho.
If it's a color changer, it's cool.
Yeah, that's true. I could have done that. I don't think I have. I could have put black
went to red.
I have one that goes from black to red, one that goes from black to white.
Yeah.
I have one that goes from purple to teal.
Purple to teal would have been dope.
Yeah, no, that one's fire. I have a couple of those.
Good old sugar plum, baby.
Yeah, my wife's got the sugar plum. And yeah, it is a very dope.
Dude, Justice tips are so awesome.
Dope.
They're the best, man. That's why I'm glad I have a nice collection of them, dude. The sea glass one is still one of my all-time favorites, bro. And I just wanted to show this off one time. And I think we're gonna set this back up this weekend. You know.
You should.
It's just too pretty not to be vaping. That, and I just want to take some nice fucking mech rips, you know what I mean? Just fucking chuck some tits.
Did you ever post that on Instagram and tag Stan? I feel like if you haven't, you need to when you set it up tomorrow.
I think I have posted it, but I could post it again. You know what?
Just
funny?
Tag Stan though.
Side note sort of thing. I've kind of fallen off on Instagram, bro. Only thing I do is the Friday cloud check. I went through my feed the other day, and all it is reels, bro. But I will say, they get some good likes, bro. And sometimes a comment or two, which is cool. But dude, I'm not into it, bro. So. I used to post so many hand checks back in the day, dude. It was like my favorite thing to do. Like,
dude, I think that almost everybody did.
Dude, but I feel like I'd had some clean ones, dude. Some really fucking clean ones.
Yeah, man.
Now
I feel like I should go scroll on mine because I remember there's some photos that like I took. I remember I took one of like a Bonza on a dock, and I like lied down on the dock and I took it. So it was just like right on the edge
Dude.
of this dock with a lake behind it and shit. It was fucking awesome.
I
I'm
broke
gonna
my
find it right now.
dime taking a fucking picture of it, dude.
Oh, I remember that. Well, I remember the story.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Dude, I wonder. Scroll on my Instagram. You can see the picture that then, broke afterward. But anyways, with that being said, I think it's that time, Sean, to tell them what's new in the shed.
Oh, yo. This is that period of time that I tell you what's new in the shed. Well, here we go. That was me stalling to fucking check my notes because,
I just sprung it on him. Just real quick,
sometimes,
like.
well, typically here, secret time, typically your boy's ready, but your boy fell asleep before the show by accident.
Hey, man, just need to take a little snooze real
Yeah,
quick.
apparently I needed a
Just
little
need a little
fucking
snooze.
15, 20-minute siesta or something.
Yeah.
That just threw me off enough that I didn't fully prepare for the show. So these things happen. Speaking of things that happen on the show, we're doing one of those typical discussions about all sorts of things, and we kick off with talking about new things because we all had some new things happening. We had some stories of going hard at parties, and I actually get talking about some new beverages that have hit the market in my region. Kind of exciting because it's something I've been waiting for a while. Is beverages in that field that weren't just seltzer, because not everybody's a seltzer fan, man. I ain't trying to do that. But we also talked about a cool conspiracy that I know will get some people riled up, and it's the question of, is the NFL scripted?
Oh, yeah, that's
Dude,
right.
that sparked a whole nother conversation a few days
Yeah.
later, or that same day, actually, as a matter of fact, because right after we recorded that podcast was Super Bowl. And
Mm.
let me tell you, bro.
Oh, we made picks.
Oh yeah, we made picks and everything. I don't remember who I picked.
I know.
I picked a winner.
I know this much.
I think I might have went with the Chiefs, bro.
I know this much. We talked about it being scripted, and
Yeah.
I just hoped that it would match the script. And it was
it was close for a second, I think, but
that the score itself is damn close.
I don't remember what the post. What was this score supposed to be? Do you remember? It was like 37 something.
Well, we'll have to see when we drop the podcast. But I'll say this: the actual score of the Super Bowl was, I think, within 3 points of what that quote unquote script said. So, yeah, very interesting. But if you guys want to find out more about all that, you'll have to tune in. It's gonna drop Monday at midnight. So you guys will be able to kick off your week with a little shed time action. And that's what's new in the shed.
Dude, I like what Surreg said. WWNFL, like stage touchdowns and who wins. Whoa, bro. But also
that's basically it.
Yeah. I mean, I did say in the episode, don't forget that Vince McMahon started the XFL.
Yeah, that was a thing. But real quick too, I wanted to just touch on something Steve-O said. He said Empire on the left. Oh yeah, he guessed what I had in the cloud check. He said I use a 510 adapter and a curvy 510 on the Alexa. It does real nice. Well, the whole reason why I set up the Alexa was because I hated the 510 drip tip on the Sith, and this fixed all the issues. I haven't had the same problem that I was having with this. Like, I'm not getting crazy amounts of juice in my mouth, which is nice. And I feel like the flavor just like is popping. Anyway, back to the original topic of the show. It is an Ask Us Anything episode. So with that, let me see if there's any questions going on in the chat. All right, let's see here. Ooh, we got quite a few, guys. Also, there is a poll going on. Don't forget to vote on what game we'll play. First question of the night from Mr. Sewerrug himself, a.k.a. DJ Mattress. Yeah, dude, I know the new nickname. This is one for the whole panel. Can you tell me about a time when you felt like a hero at work? Ooh.
Oh, I can go first because like song popped in my brain right away. Okay, so this was I don't think it was last spring. I think it was the spring before. So it was a couple years ago. and me and a coworker were both like driving separate vans, but we were up in the same area. And there's Ford Sprinter vans, and this dude for some reason like drove down this hill, like, and then drove down into this like cottage. It was like a lakefront home, but it was like not it's like not really designed for all season living, really, especially driving like a big van like that. And in the like right when spring was breaking and the ground was loosening up, it was really muddy. And so this dude was like in fucking deep, like probably a 25-minute off like the main road drive in, and he was stuck. And I was like down 25 minutes in, like 15, 20 minutes south of there. So like I was like a 40-minute drive easily from this dude's like entry point into this area. And so this dude goes down, he gets stuck. I have no idea what I'm doing, but like I'm in another van that's a 4-wheel drive Sprinter van. So my boss was like, hey, like, can you go and see if you can get Riley out? And I was like, in this van? And he's like, yeah. So I said, okay. So I went there, and I'm gonna make this a little bit quicker because I'm realizing I'm taking a long time to say it. So yeah, basically I go there. All I have is fucking ratchet straps and this 4-wheel drive van, and he's in a van. He's fucking way down this hill forwards. And so we fucking go and link it all up, and I fucking pull, and I pull him, and then I run into like a spot where I no longer can go forward. And so then we have to like get him to park. I like jump out of the truck, get the fucking, and I wench it up the whole way down. And then I fucking get back in the truck, and then I fucking drive forward. And dude, we did that for like 15 fucking times. And finally he got to a point where he got back up and he got out. So like I was kind of a hero that day to like my coworker because he was fucked. Like he probably would have been there for 5 or 6 hours easily if the tow truck had to come. And secondly, I was a hero to my boss because he's like, yeah, thank God that you got him out, because he's like, if you didn't, it probably would have cost me $500. So I was a hero. So that's like one time I can think of it. Because I haven't really saved like babies or anything, but like that's like the most recent thing, because that was like less than 2 years ago.
I like that one. I like
it. It was actually kind of fun. Like I had this like real like I had crazy adrenaline after, because like when I saw him drive out the hill, I was like, yo, fucking yeah, you got him out. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I guess it's testosterone flowing. You're like, oh.
Yeah, dude. I was pulling the Tim Allen for sure. I was like barking
and stuff. I need to eat.
Power.
Right. I love it. Well, I mean, shit, I could think of one immediately also, because this was literally just a few weeks ago. So I work in a retail setting. The establishment I work for, we deal with party favors, if you will, right? And set the scene real quick. Store opens at 9 a.m. So the opening crew comes in at 8:30. Management, obviously, before that. I, being the marketing guy, I come in at 9 a.m. so that I can do my job. And I walk in at 9, set myself up, go. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go grab my walkie-talkie, so this way, if they need me, I can answer the calls. I step out onto the sales floor. It's empty. There's nobody. I find out that morning, only one person showed up to work out of the 4 that should have been there to open that store. So it was the opening manager and that one person. So needless to say, I put my workload aside for the entirety of the day and carried the entire role of working my sales floor and at times my registers alone. And this isn't a high volume store that can see easily 600 customers in a day. So needless to say, I was the hero.
Dude, I fucking bet that person was probably like, you could probably watch their hair go gray.
That's the thing, is like the one person who showed up was a new hire. They'd only been with the company for a few weeks.
Of course they were.
And so, yeah, they were at the door, and I had to basically worry about everything else with the manager's help.
hopefully, like, I don't want to say like heads roll, but hopefully like heads roll. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that honestly, that whole story is the reason why I got transferred to the low volume store. So now I can actually do my job.
Yeah. I feel you.
So there's that.
I would say that like from your story, like I would also consider you a hero because I'm thinking about it like if I own the store, you're a fucking hero. If I fucking am a patron of the store, you're a fucking hero. If I'm your coworker, you're my fucking hero. Like all three of those things are
Yeah, those are
like
those kind
that's
of days
nice
that
little
like,
golf clap.
I handle 5 customers at once and will also then turn around and get on registers and ring 2 registers at the same time. So,
Like
and
here are your machines. Here you go. This one's
when
yours.
it
This
needs
one's
to be
yours.
done, it needs to be done, man. So it's just
Yeah.
kind of like, all right, while you're processing over here, I'll start you on this one. All right, while you're processing over here, I'll finish you up over here, and we'll just keep them moving, keep them moving, keep them moving.
Tag team him. Dude, I don't know, man.
I feel like it doesn't have to be like you're literally a hero saving lives. You're literally
Well,
just
that's
like
the
it's
thing.
like even just like a hero move. Like it could be something as simple
Well,
as
I'll
like you
tell you
met up
what,
with
bro.
friends and you had an extra lighter and you gave it to them. Like that
No,
could be a hero move.
no, I'll say this. I'll feel like recently, like the past like week or two, I feel like I've kind of maybe made like that kind of hero move because I've been like coming in like an hour early, like half of the week or like whenever they ask to like start running material, and I've actually gotten really locked in with my machine now to where like I really know what I'm doing compared to like kind of running it without any sort of proper training. So I don't know, man. I feel like I've been kind of knocking it out as far as that goes. Like,
Dude, that's fire. Like, cause you basically just described like you've gotten to the point where you're just a daily hero, bro. That's like aspirational shit.
dude, it was a struggle there for a minute, dude, and it kind of was getting pretty stressful for me because I was mainly just putting too much pressure on myself because that's just what I do. That's just my
Yeah.
personality. But finally got to the point where I was like, you know what, man, I can only do what the machine can do, and if I can't figure out how to do it, I need to try to ask somebody that can instead of trying to sit here and rack my brain about something I have no, prior knowledge to. You know what I mean? Because I get to points where I don't want to ask for help just because I'm stubborn sometimes, and I don't realize I'm doing it until I finally get to the point where I fucking want to snap. And recently, I've kind of gotten more open to just being like, you know what, I can't figure this out. I know someone who does, or might have an idea, and then brainstorm it or spitball it or whatever, and then figure out the answer to whatever question or problem I was having. And
No,
luckily,
I
like,
feel you.
oh yeah, luckily, like we've kind of gotten a pretty solid crew in now, where everybody's like really kind of, it's not, oh, this that ain't my job sort of thing, where it's just like,
Yeah, like everybody's pretty
hey man,
confident and
at the
like
end of the day,
know their role.
this shit's got to get out of here. So if I got to jump over here and do that, or help you do this for a second to get shit going and up and running, like that's cool. So like that's been really sweet. And I've there's a new guy that they hired that's really knowledgeable on like machinery and like CNC type things. So like when I'm trying to take a measurement and convert like 3 inches, let's say 3 7/16 inches into a decimal. You know what I mean? Like I don't know that shit off the top of my head, and it takes me a minute to sit there and fucking figure it out. Or if I can't really fucking compute it, I'll be like, hey man, so, and most of the time I know what it is, but I just want the reassurance just so I know I'm not making a mistake sort of thing. And it's kind of cool just being able to go to him and be like, hey, so like if I'm trying to do this and get this to here, if I do this and that, is that the right way? And most of the time he's like, yep, that's right. Or he'll be like, oh, no, you did this backwards. Or he'll just like walk me through it. And now I've gotten to the point where I've actually got like a little chart that I wrote out for myself with each like individual 16th broke on like a measuring tape, broken down into a decimal all the way up to an inch, so I can literally fucking just be like, all right, this is 3 and whatever 16ths. Fucking look for the fucking thing on the chart, do my fucking equation, and I'm bada bing. And
See, that's foreman
and they're
level.
like swimwear, baby. You know?
It's, for real though, like all that shit you just described, that's like future foreman shit. Like I hear that, and as a person who has been in, staff management in my life, that speaks volumes of somebody who wants to be in management one day, who wants to be, like in your case, a foreman, to like run the shop. If you're willingly coming in an hour early to get things rolling, to set up machine, like that's shit that foremans do. Like you are positioning yourself for your own personal growth in the future, and that's huge. That's as an owner, that's got to speak volumes to them that they've got a guy who wants to grow with their brand and their company. And who the fuck doesn't want that if you run a company? So hero level shit for real.
That's pretty much what Surreg just said. He just tagged me. He said, that kind of hero hustle is going to get you recognized by management. You watch, bro. Next person in line for a pay bump is usually the one that pulls the daily magic. Dude, the crazy thing is, bro, is like, honestly, just us as a shop this past year have been pretty much killing it. So if we keep things going into the end of next year, everybody gets a fucking pay bump, baby.
Oh, for sure, dude.
So now that we've kind of starting to become more of a, because the company I work for, this is kind of way super long on this, but like, hey, I'm kind of on a roll right now. This company is fairly new, and well, not new, but they new to the location they're at now. So it took them like about 2 years or so to move everything up here and get the layout set up. And then we've had 1 full year of running full production, and getting into the second year now, we've kind of, gotten a pretty solid squad for the most part. We've had a few that haven't lasted, of course, and luckily we've had a couple roll in that have been holding us down for the most part. But we're getting to that point now where it's like we could start really making some fucking money, dude. The more money the company makes, the more money we make. You know what I mean? Because it's a family-owned company.
That's how it works, baby.
They really take care. Dude, they're having a fucking employee appreciation day next Friday, half day, and fucking tacos, bro.
Let's go.
Honestly, that's what's up, though.
What?
Like, that's amazing.
I can't complain. Can't complain.
It's like the kind of vibe of a place that I like to work at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. So
I'll also just let you know, James, I can't read any of the questions.
I know,
so
I've got them all,
you.
dude. I'm going into the next one right now, and it's actually for Sean from Sewer Rug. And he wants to know, when does a thing become art?
Haha. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been listening to the podcast, you understand why he's asking this question, because I've really been hyper focused lately on this kind of a question, honestly. This is sort of a philosophical question, really, right? Because art is not a tangible thing. It is not exactly an action. It's more in the way that something is done, right? Some people can make driving an art. Some people make playing sport an art. Some people can make growing plants an art. So art is something more than just an artistic endeavor in the sense of painting or music or those levels of creativity. There are incredible food artists who can just do amazing things in the kitchen. I think ultimately it comes down to, how does one approach that act? Because I find that the artistic moment inside every human being, it tends to happen differently for everybody. But there's always this sort of moment where we're acting more as a conduit for the creative act rather than necessarily creating. When you think about the best painters and the best drawers, most of them have a vision in their head, but then they just put lines on paper and suddenly there's this beautiful image later on down the road. Is it that they know where to place each brush stroke, or is it that something naturally guides the hand until the image has become a reality? So when does something become art? It becomes art when the person who is experiencing the creative act feels something from it. For all I know, this diatribe on creativity and art in and of itself could be considered art if it just made you feel something. So I hope
That's
that
true,
answers
actually.
the question.
Spoken word.
That's a good way of putting it
feel
too.
it.
It's an expression of one's individuality, is what Dean of the Dead says. And yeah, definitely, dude. That's definitely one way of putting it. But like, I feel like, just to kind of add to what you're saying, Sean, I agree with what you're saying. It's just like anything can really be taken as art, just depending on the way you look at it and the way you perceive it. You know what I mean? Whether you're creating it or just viewing it or listening to it, or, you know, experiencing it. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways that you can interpret it through, you know, watching a movie and being moved through the visual aspect of it, or listening to a song and having it, you know, I know everybody has heard that one song or a person singing to where it hits you and you get the chills and the goosebumps. You know what I mean? You're feeling art right there, baby. That's what that is. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, dude. It's crazy, man. Art's everywhere. Just got to look for it.
Yeah, Dean says Starry Starry Night is as much art as a Slayer tune.
For sure.
100%.
For sure. So let's see what else we got in
as
here.
much art as a Warhol painting of a soup can.
I think we've
True.
done that first question before, Tooney. I feel like I can answer this one for everybody, but I'll still let everybody answer. Addy Tooney wants to know best vape con you've been to. Want me to answer, or you guys want to go for it?
Yeah, go ahead. Like, that's my answer.
NVE Mohegan Sun 2008?
19.
19?
19.
18.
I think it was
Was it 19? I think it was 18, bro.
18 or 19.
Anyways, that one where we had the Stooge House, bro.
Yeah.
That weekend has yet to be topped, I think. By yeah. Still have vivid memories of that day now. You know what I mean? And we were all there together. You know what I mean? We all got to shed time
Dude,
together.
that's actually the
and,
only time that I've
dude,
met Sean.
That was the first and only time we have all shed time together, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Sean
in person.
hooked me up with my first shed time in a certain way. It was amazing.
Yep. I changed Overdrip's life with an
There's
experience.
also
He also changed mine because I got to take home some Overdrip e-liquid well before it was ever a thing.
facts.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago. Fuck.
Yeah, dude.
There's also where we got to try Dynavap for the first time.
Yeah. Actually, I almost grabbed the cat like first time. I think that like somebody had just like heated up and they were like passing over, and I was like, yeah, and they're like, no. I think it might have even been Michelle. Like,
Yeah.
who's gonna pass
Yeah,
it
it
to
was.
you while holding like the really
It was.
far end?
I remember this because I was like standing like slightly in the like doorway of the little maid's little or the little. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm
that's
talking
me.
about?
Service area.
Yeah. Right
Room-
next to where the
room
jacuzzi was out the French doors. I was standing like right there. See, I'm telling you, I remember this shit, baby. I remember the inside, exactly what this house looks like, bro. The
3
smell,
floors of it, that little fucking weird door in the fucking
dude.
room.
The chair, the
There's
pudding
a lot of
master,
weird shit.
Yeah, the pudding master chair.
the crystal room, the room
Dude.
that nobody ever went in. That one off to the left from the front door.
The
No one
front
ever
parlor?
used the front door either.
No.
No,
Except,
yeah,
no,
the
that's a
back
lie.
door.
The fire department did.
Oh, did they?
That's fair. Oops.
Oh, times.
Remember, friends, when vaping indoors in places that you maybe don't want to call attention to yourself,
Don't
maybe get
have
some
30 people
cats.
in the one house blowing fat clouds.
And that too.
Dude, the entire house, all 3 stories were
Dude, that
clouded out,
kitchen,
bro.
remember just that massive
Yeah,
foot?
we
It
had-
just
we-
like there's all these pictures of like 10 people, 12 people just like all lined around the whole fucking area, just like
blowing into the
clouds.
stove vent. And dude, if you
Mark,
looked outside, it was
here.
just a consistent fucking cloud of vapor being blown out of the house like the house was vaping.
Just Mark just sitting there like building
Yeah.
at that kitchen counter, man.
And then Sammy was building there for a minute, and then Demo set up his
Demo.
corner and built like one time, and then
That was the first day of the convention because
Yeah.
that was like the only build I think I ever used in my M-Turk.
sat there and
Before I
watched
gave it
the
away.
potted dude with the good old swags. Oh my Danta,
Yeah.
poon sauce.
So yeah,
Dude,
that was the
that's
best
what
one,
we
for
got to
sure.
hear about Mahdi, the one man potty. That's
That
where
is
that
where it
story.
started.
That's where that story happened, bro.
Oh man. So good. So good.
Great times, great times. All right, let's see what the next one is. This one's from Uncle Chris from Sewer Rug. What's something you've experienced that you can't explain? These are deep questions, bro.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this in a way that hopefully it answers your question, Matt. So like I can remember me and my best friend. I think that I might even mention this on a podcast once, but like me and my best friend were working at this pizza shop, and it was past closing time, and we were like basically like making pizza. So like every shift you could make yourself a small pizza. Like that was like part of your like shift bonus, I guess, or whatever. And so we were making like some small pizzas after work, and it was just me and him. And like we just finished like shed timing because we were like mop the floor, and now we were just gonna quickly make something to eat, and then we are probably gonna dip. And so I like cleaned up and did all this stuff, and I was walking towards the sink to wash my hands because you know you want to wash your hands after you're cleaning up before you make food. So I go and I use the sink, I wash my hands, I turn the taps off, and then I like dry my hands and I walk around. So like the sink's right here, and I walk out around like the counter that's like it's like a big metal counter, you know what I mean, like a full prep table.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And I walk around it. I walk around the other side, and like I stopped and I grabbed like a dough from the fridge, and I like was walking over, and I'm like at the main spot where you're like stretching the dough and you top the pizza. And and like Mike was like maybe doing garbage or something in the back room. And out of nowhere, like nowhere, Mike walks out from the back, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was like, are you gonna make a pizza? Blah blah, just whatever. And then the fucking tap turns like wide on, and I was like, is the fucking tap on? And I was like freaking out. He's like, yeah, what the hell? Why is the tap on? I'm like, I just washed my hands, but I turned it off. And I walked over there, and I turned it, and it was like almost a full turn. I had to close like the valve almost a full turn, and it freaked me out. And I swore to God that there was ghosts. And there was like another time at that place, right, that we've like had that feeling. And like my best friend Mike, he lived above the pizza shop in an apartment, so like I'd been there super shed timed out a bunch of times, and like ever so often, you would get that vibe that there was ghosts there. So that's like one thing that I can't explain. Because like I really can't explain that there's ghosts, but I also can't explain why there wouldn't or couldn't be ghosts. And that's what happened to me. So that I think that's something for you. There you go, Sewer Rug.
All right, all right. Let's see, we got a couple more here. There's one from Addy Tooney. An out of production hardware you wish you had.
Oh.
This is
Did
a
you
good-
ask that one more time?
And like a out of production piece of hardware like a mod or something that is you wish you had. So something that's
Like-
no longer made that you wish you would have grabbed while they were still making them, sort of thing.
See, I have like the first thing that shot in my head was something that I do have, but I wish I had more of that is like no longer around. And I'll just say that right now, and if I think of something else, I'll say it. But I wish I had more Hell Vape Trishulls. That's what I wish I had. I only have one, and I kind of regret not buying like 5. Like I can only like it just makes me feel so good thinking that if I had a brand new one, like right now in a box that I could not even use, just open up and look at and know that I have it brand new would be like just this fucking weight off my shoulders. Like as crazy as that sounds. So that'd be like one thing. I do have one, but I wish I had a lot more. Vape Trishul, the original one, not the V2.
This is a tough one for me.
Because most things I ever wanted, I have. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of the sad and
Dude.
also positive part.
One thing that like first pops into my head, and it's just me being, I don't know, greedy, I guess, because I have one too, but I wish I had another Warlock's dagger, or any, like I wish I had like one, or I had like 2 of everything from Mark, you know, one that I could use and one that I could, you know, just have, you know, because yeah, I
Mine's
broke
the one of one, baby.
my Warlock's dagger was my favorite fucking mod ever, dude. And when it broke, my heart broke, dude. And I wish I could have another one of those, but they're out of production.
Yeah, my battery trays, like I have to be so careful when I like take mine in and out because I dropped it once and the batteries like kind of broke the.
Yeah, I've done that. I did that a few times.
So
with
I
mine.
probably have to like take it out, but I don't want to have to solder it because I want to just keep it OG.
Yeah. I think that's the best I can do too at this point.
Dude, I'm not upset at you jumping on the train, bro.
I really like. I have to agree with you guys. Like, it used to be the Saint, but I finally got my hands on one. So yeah, man. Like now that you bring that up, yeah, I think it would be anything Mark made, 100%.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have a Guardian.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
only ever got a hammer. So like, I definitely would have loved to get, you know, a couple of other ones from him. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one completely.
Like I would have liked to have had an Ember, like the DNA 75C, like the little small one. Like that would have been sick. Didn't he do a Squonk too?
Yeah, Enders has one. I don't remember what he called it
I
though.
don't remember. The Flask
The Flask, that's
or
right.
something.
That
Yeah, I
could
think
be
you're right with
actually
the
it.
Flask.
Yeah.
Anyhow, all right, let's get back into maybe 1 or 2 more, and then we'll, you know, do our thing. You know what I mean? Okay, I could probably answer this one for everybody too. This is probably going to be a unanimous one. A vape show you really miss. Vape Stew, god damn it.
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
Vape
Dude,
Stew.
when I was looking
There's
for
2.
that
There's
photo-
2. There's
Are you
2.
gonna say what I think you're gonna say?
That's what she said.
Yep.
Oh, I could get behind that too.
Those 2
Yeah.
shows I really miss, man.
Shout out to Ruby Roo.
Yeah, shout outs to Ruby, Jess,
Shout out to all the
Danielle,
girls.
Michelle, Angela. But yeah, those 2, and of course to Stan, Nick Bissett, good old Swags. Yeah, man, those 2 shows for sure I missed the shit out of, dude.
Facts.
And some of those people, you know, some of them I don't really, you know, get to talk to as much as I used to, and it's a bummer, man.
Dude, well, like speaking of that, it's like this.
Yes,
right here. So I was
dude,
looking
those
through my
days,
Instagram.
bro. The good old, dude, the crazy
And,
thumbnails.
like, this one's like so old, like it's when Joel's still on it too. But And it was made by Erica. Remember how
Yeah.
Erica used to make one?
She used to
every,
make one
week
for us every
Well,
week.
she did. Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
But like, dude, like, look at some of these, man. Of the vapes too.
Yeah, they're so good, dude.
Like, killed it.
All right. One here from another one from Sura real quick, and this one's for me. So he gave each one of us our own question. I like that. What was the greatest sunset you have ever seen?
Oof.
That's a tough one, bro.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I have like a most memorable sunset.
Well, we
I
don't
really
get
don't.
nearly the dopest ones as James can get because sun sets in the west. So the opportunities are far more vast to get some
Dude,
phenomenal.
I'd probably have to say is probably when I was camping on the old Oregon coast, and I took like a little walk down towards the beach as the sun was setting, and it was a little chilly, but it was still pretty dope, dude. That or I don't know, man. There's been a few, but that'll probably be a good one. And then real quick here from Dean of the Dead. Have any of you been in a fist fight? Not like anything intense. Just a couple little friendly scuffles with the homies back in the day, where it was probably like one or two punches, and that was about it. Not a full blown brawl or anything. We used to box each other a lot, but with boxing gloves. But no, I'm a lover, man, not a fighter. But I will if I have to.
I've definitely thrown some. I was never like a huge brawler either, but there's definitely times like when you'd be out somewhere and some would go down and you'd have to like show up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Show up a
But
little
yeah,
bit. I like
like
that.
I was never a person that would go out looking for fights or anything like that. But yeah, like I definitely, got into fights.
Got to do a few scraps in your day, huh?
Yeah, never on my account. I never started a fight in my life. I can honestly tell you
Yeah,
that.
I was a small kid, man, and I had a lot of health shit going on when I was a kid, so I try to stay out of fucking any physical altercations.
Yeah, I grew up as one of those freak kids, one of those goth kids and shit. So
You
I got
definitely
into
had
a
to fight.
lot more fist fights than I needed to. I too was never one to start a fight, but of course, when you're growing up in middle school and high school, and you go out of your way to be as vastly different as I was, some of those fucking kids are gonna fuck with you, and they're gonna try to pick on you, and they're gonna start fights with you, and if you don't throw one back and stand your ground, it doesn't stop. And so there were quite a handful of times that I had to, throw a few hooks. Did I win them all? No, but I definitely didn't lose
Win some, lose some, right?
either. That's it.
That's how it goes. And then one last one from Mr. Kevin K to wind out the good old Q&A for today is who is someone you look up to most? Or I'll read it the way he put it. Who do you guys look up to most? I'll jump in and start. I'll probably have to say my dad, dude. He's done a lot of stuff in his lifetime, and done a lot for me, man. And he's perfect role model. You know what I mean? I can't really explain it without getting too deep. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm lucky enough to have had two of the best parents. My mom and my dad being a great role model. Worked long hours, spent a lot of nights, missing, things that we were doing at home because he was, making sure that we had food on the table, a house over our head, and had all the extra things that, we wanted as kids. We didn't get to have absolutely everything we wanted, but he made sure that he could get us what he could, you know what I mean? And there's plenty of stories of times where, I remember there was a point in time where I wanted a dirt bike more than anything in the fucking world, bro. Because my two best friends that lived down the street rode dirt bikes, and they had them their entire, since they were small, and I used to go ride with them, and I wanted one of my own. You know what I mean? And I think it was probably like my freshman year of high school. My dad decided to go take and sell some of his gun collection to get some money together to go buy a bike from my buddy's dad that they were working on and putting back together. Didn't say a word about it to anybody, and then all of a sudden, I'm working on this bike, bro, and don't even fucking know it's mine. I'm in there taking the fucking motor out, fucking sending it to the mechanic to have them redo the fucking cylinders and all this shit. Then I'm putting it back together. Don't even know I'm working on my own fucking bike, bro. And then all of a sudden, fucking Christmas time comes around, and I get a fucking helmet and a note. I'm like, what do I need? I was like, you're giving me a helmet. I don't even have a fucking bike. What's this all about? And then I read the fucking note, and like, little did you know that for like the past, few weeks, that bike you've been working on, as soon as it's done, is yours. I'm like, blew my fucking mind, dude. And that's just one of
Yeah, no
like,
doubt, man.
that's just one of those things that he's done, for me over time. And over the past few years, me and him have gotten really close, and I see the just, I don't know how to put it, man. He's just that guy. You know what I mean? That, if I could be anything like him, man, I think I'm doing all right.
I can feel that. I can feel that for sure. I like hearing stories like that, honestly. Like it makes me feel good, especially because like I know it made you feel good. But you know what? Like honestly, I
And
don't really know.
don't get me wrong. We had our me and my dad almost got into a
Oh,
couple fist fights, bro. Want to talk about me and him almost threw down. I was mainly doing it to defend myself for being a dumbass. I definitely deserved to probably get a couple. Yeah. But at the end of the day, he just wanted what was best for me, and I was fucking up,
yeah,
And
you have those
I
disagreements
look
with
back
everyone,
at it
though.
now, and I'm just like, I look at those moments as, I'm glad he did it, because if he didn't, I probably would have gotten into some fucking stupid shit. Or probably wouldn't be where I'm at now. So anyway, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you,
No, no,
Chris.
no, you're good, you're good, you're good. Yeah, so like for me, like I don't know if like I have like a hero. Like it's hard for me to like think of someone that does that to me or for me or anything like that. But honestly, like I think that a hero can be different things, right? So like a hero could be somebody that's like making your life better, even like day by day, right? And so I think that I probably have to say my best friend. And even though he died when I was 26, which is a long ass time ago now, like I still think about him every day. And sometimes I think about like what I'm doing and I need to do better because I'm still here and he's not. It's like kind of like the weird, I don't know if it's like a guilt trip. I wouldn't say it's a guilt trip, but like I think about like how like I am still here kind of thing. And so whenever I think about him, I think positively. And so that kind of like helps me through days. So like he still is kind of like my hero in the aspect of like he's making my life better all the time and he's like making me strive to do better also, which is kind of a hero.
Yeah, for
Like in the
sure, dude.
prototypical hero vibe. So yeah, I'd probably
Definitely.
say him. Like shout out to Mike.
Shout out Mike, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
dude.
guys honestly would have loved him. He was fucking
Oh, dude,
amazing.
All the
if you were
stories
friends
we've
with
heard
him,
of
bro,
Mike,
I'm
bro.
sure he was probably a down ass dude, bro. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
every story
And
we've
he
heard.
likes Shed Time Boys.
Yeah, yeah. What about you, Sean?
Ah, man, like this is hard because like when you think about like people you look up to, right? Like most people, like I feel like they tend to jump to like where James is, and it's like they look up to their fathers and or their mothers because they're those people that did that. And I mean, I guess in that vein, for a long time I looked up to my mom. Um, much like a lot of people, like that was the parent for me that was the nurturing parent that allowed me to grow on my terms. Where pops and I didn't have a good relationship, moms and I did, you know. I think now in terms of like people I look up to, I don't think I do anymore. Um, and honestly, like gonna get a little bit like maybe meta here about this real quick, but like I think it's a defense mechanism because people I've looked up to a lot in my life have either passed away now or have severely disappointed me at you know some major point in life. And so I feel like it's become a defense mechanism now that rather than get hurt like that again, you just don't allow yourself to look up to people in that manner.
Yeah, like you could probably answer like some people that might inspire you a lot easier than it would be for
100%.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nail on the
Okay.
head. Lots of people inspire the fuck out of me, but I don't think there's anybody anymore that I just look up to and be like, you know, that's the person who I take cues from in that sense. So yeah, man. This question makes me realize how interesting life is, isn't it? 3 very different answers to one question. They all go in completely different directions.
Yeah, well, it
They're
just
all still
shows
kind
that
of answering the same thing.
yeah, it just shows we all come from different backgrounds. You know what I mean? And even though we do come from these different backgrounds, as you guys can see from the past 4 years, we can get along. You know what I mean? We're all boys here. We're family. You know what I mean? These dudes are my brothers.
Rax.
So yeah, dude, it's crazy. And one last quick one, just because I seen Vandal threw it in there, and it's Vandal. So, have you ever tried to make a grilled cheese but accidentally got cheese on the burner and a portal opens up and you're suddenly in Puerto Rico drinking beer on the beach? No, can't say that I have, Chris.
So this one time, Chris, okay,
You must have had some pretty good shit time before that grilled cheese.
it wasn't a grilled cheese.
Was it UK cheese?
This one time, it was actually a pizza I made. Like, you know, like bought the pizza shell, sauced it, cheesed it, and everything. And it didn't end up obviously on a burner. It ended up on the bottom of a 425 degree oven. And what it did was actually send me to Marrakesh, which was really fucking scary because, as you can see, I'm the wrong skin tone, so I stood out like a sore thumb. They really wanted to like do horrible things to me, or maybe they thought I was God. I don't really know. I don't speak the language. I just know I was terrified, and I would much rather have dripped a grilled cheese and wound up drinking beer in Puerto Rico. So,
All right. That was actually a pretty fun round of good old Q&A, I will say. Thank you guys all for those questions. But of course, don't forget to get your vote in the chat if you haven't already for the game, because when we come back from you know what, it's time to pick that game. And Sean, you know what time it is.
ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for you to do that voodoo that you do, because it's time for us to inhale some good shit and exhale the bullshit, because we doing that shed time thing.
And we're back. What is going on, peeps? Sorry, took a little longer than usual, but hey, sometimes that happens. Let's see if I missed anything special out there in the chat. Just got home. I've been listening. Love y'all. Gotta put away groceries. Hey, thanks for popping in, Ern. Love you too,
Yeah,
buddy.
dude. Hell yeah.
Hopefully we see you in Ohio in April.
Yeah, dude.
Counting down the days, man.
Yeah, that's coming up real fast.
Yeah, dude, it's only about a month away.
Yeah, it's like, well, 31 plus 4.
35 days. Holy shit.
35. Yeah, 31 plus 4. 35 days.
Yep,
Yes.
that's quick math.
That's Canadian speak for 35 days,
That sure is some quick math. And with that, let's end this poll and figure out what game we are going to play today. And of course, I've kind of thought this might be it because we haven't played it in a while. Is the time for Who Am I? And with this, fellas, what are you guys thinking? How are we going to run this as far as the category sort of situation goes for this?
I don't know. Do you want to do like a theme that we haven't done before, or do you want to like do a vape centric theme? Do you want to just like see where it goes? Which one?
I feel like we should probably switch it up a little bit, do something different.
Do you want to be movies?
I was just thinking something like that.
Just like a movie? Just like you pick a title and you are that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, this will be interesting.
We could do that.
Yeah.
And like, let's just all do ourselves a favor. You got to do like ones that are like massive.
Yeah, ones. Like, box office. Fucking
people
you know
that
what I mean?
live in like.
We
real
can't be
small
doing
towns
like obscure French films.
Yeah, nothing from like the fucking 70s or like fucking 50s or some shit that we. Fucking...
You can't cancel the 70s. Some of those are epic classics.
Oh no, I mean like you know what I mean. Like I said
super famous ass movies are okay.
Yeah,
like
if they've got a cult following,
movies.
I'm with it. But like if there's nothing like
if I don't know a
crazy about
single
'em.
actor in it, that's not famous enough of a movie.
All right. Let's see who wants to go first though. That's the best question.
I mean, I can immediately go first.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm ready to, but Sean, go ahead.
For you guys out there in chat, you guys can also throw out questions as well. This is kind of like a 20 question sort of situation where we're going to throw questions at Sean. They're going to be yes or no questions. That is the key to this game because that is the only answer he's going to give us. He may elaborate a little bit if he chooses to, but we're only looking for yes or no answers. So with that, Chris, you want to go ahead and hit him with the first question?
Okay, the first question is going to be, are you pre-2000?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you a comedy?
Yes.
Okay, so we found the genre at least.
Or
one of the genres, because it could be
do
two.
you have a male star character, like the main
Male
character
lead.
in the movie?
Male lead?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you part of like a we'll call it like a franchise, so like of like more than one
so like in the way that there's multiple Star Wars,
or like a National Lampoon sort of thing, or like something of that nature?
Okay. No.
Okay, so one-off comedy with a male lead. All right, from pre-2000. So we're thinking maybe 80s, 90s, could be a little earlier. We'll see.
Do you happen to know if you won any awards at all? Like, like not necessarily just like an Oscar, but like, do you think that there was like awards for you?
I mean, I'm gonna assume, but just because I want to, be 100%.
It could be a quick goog.
Yeah, I can totally quickly Google this. And the beautiful thing is that I think if there's any other questions that I would have, that having like this information quickly at hand wouldn't hurt. So the question is, have I won awards?
Yeah, like major-ish awards. It doesn't have to be Oscars, but like something that you've recognized, like Sean.
Right. Like a Screen Actors Guild, any of those kind of.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I got you. Here we go. Here we go. Now I'm getting to the answer. And the answer would be, yeah, the answer is gonna basically be no.
All right.
No. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna try to hopefully maybe narrow down the
We look like we've
timeline.
been snubbed plenty.
I'm gonna
Fucking
gonna try to see if I can narrow the
Bullshit.
timeline down a little bit. Are you pre 1990?
I am.
Okay, so we're getting down.
All right. So should I just continue that on? Just keep it moving. All right. Are you pre 1980?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know many 1970s movies, bro, so I'm probably gonna be out on this one, even if it is pretty big.
Well, you can help me out. Just ask whatever question, bro.
Is the
Maybe I'll
is
figure
the
it out.
leading man also a stand-up comedian?
No.
Okay.
Oh, dude, with the minute you said that, I was thinking he was Richard Pryor.
It's exactly where I was going, bro. I was like, maybe it's a Richard Pryor movie or something.
Okay,
Okay,
well
like
then,
thinking though.
on that note, then,
Because there's other people along those lines that it could be. He was just the first one that popped in my head.
was the leading character who was a male actor, is he white, like Caucasian?
Ooh, Uncle Chris with a heater of a question.
Yeah, like I felt kind of bad saying it, but I was like,
No,
I think I'm
no,
wording this correctly.
I think you ordered it correctly, and
Yeah.
the answer is no. Our leading man is
Okay.
not Caucasian.
Okay. Okay.
And it's a comedy.
Oh my god! When we get there, I'll explain why something is so goddamn funny to me.
Oh, I like Hattie Toonies, but like, there's probably like a trick question to that. Like, they might have hosted it once or something. And I wouldn't know if somebody hosted or
Most
not.
people, if they're a big movie stars or something at the time, are probably a host of SNL. But shit, I don't. So it's before the 1980s.
1970s comedy movie. Not a like a white actor. Excuse me, not a white actor as a star. Did we ask anything else? Yo, what up, King Phil?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know where I'm even at now on this one.
Ask like where it took place. Like, was it like in North America or something like that?
Sure.
And then maybe you'll
was
come
it
up with
was
another
it
one after.
was it a U.S. movie?
Yes.
So it was made in the
Did it
States.
have anything to do with a theme park?
Did it have anything to do with a theme park?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
What movie would that have made you think of?
I was thinking that like maybe Beverly Hills Cop came out in 1979 or something, but maybe it didn't, and I'm way off.
Okay, I see where you're going. Yeah, I forgot about the whole theme park part of that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I was curious. I was like, where's the theme park connection?
But that also, it could be after 1980. So like I don't know if I was even working towards the right movie.
I don't know either, but that's a great flick.
I would say I wasn't moving towards the right movie though, because you weren't. So we're good.
It's a great flick. I need to watch again now that you brought it.
Axel Foley.
Shit, dude. I don't fucking know, bro. I'm honestly stumped. I'm not gonna know anything before 1980.
Okay, if I think of a question, I'm gonna ask it.
Or at least it's
I
not
feel
gonna
like
pop into my head.
I can't be stumped yet. Okay, so
I mean, it's
in
movies.
okay, the main character, do they play like a sport without like throughout the movie? Like play or participate in a sport in the movie?
No. But I like where you're starting to go because like if you think about maybe themes,
Well,
things
I'm trying to like, so it's not a sports movie, so it can't be like Slapshot, it can't be like Rocky or something like that.
Well, it's a
It can't
comedy
be
too.
not the right era, but it's not going to be Cool Runnings. That's wrong era, but
so we don't even actually know if it's from the 70s. We just know that it's like from before 1980. So it could be even older.
well, I'll spare you wasting the question. It's a 70s movie.
70s movie. Okay.
It is a 70s movie, so you are on track there. But
Oh, okay. I got a question. Is there horses in the movie?
I love how random of a question that might seem. But yeah, there
Oh,
are
there
horses
is.
in the movie.
Okay. Okay.
Oh man, this is gonna kill you when we get to the answer.
I feel like I have a guess, but
I,
I
you,
need I think I'm gonna ask like one more question before.
Yeah, I'm out on questions. I don't know.
Okay. Were you made by another like was like sorry. Your director has directed a bunch of movies with a similar style to this movie with different characters and different eras.
I mean, as vague as that is, yes.
Okay. Um okay, I'm just gonna guess. Are you Blazing Saddles?
100% I am.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
Dude, when I thought of the horses, I was like, if he says yes, like I can't think of any other older 70s comedy movies that would have a fucking horse in it.
K hit it real quick. Actually, he was in chat with it real early on. But yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time, and we used to spend all sorts of time quoting it between me and Matt Sinister in the Discord. And on top of that, what I
Yeah.
found hysterical is that you asked the question about the leading man, and there's that line in the movie: "Are we black?" And he responds, "Oh, we're black." So like as soon as that line hit me after you asked the question, I was like, oh, so like right in the box of this movie. Good old Gene.
Okay, I got a movie. You guys can ask it. I think that it might be something simpler than that one. So
Yeah,
right.
probably
Shoot.
would never have gotten that
go
one.
ahead.
All right, I'll go first. Are you a action movie?
I think that might be a bit of a stretch, like a bit of a stretch, but I think that I'm like a comedy more so.
You forgot the
I'm sorry,
rules,
like
Chris.
I just I because like I was gonna get called out. That's why I said that because I feel like afterwards, if I had called it an
This
action
is the
movie,
thing. Well, you could have you could have said there's action, but no. You know what I mean?
okay, there's action, then there's no.
Yeah, we know it's comedic with action now. All right, cool. Thanks for the help. Appreciate the freebie.
Hey, the last one was tough. I was trying to give you guys a leg up.
Is it from the 2000s?
No.
I'll continue down that road. Is it a 90s flick?
Yes.
Is it a male lead?
Yes.
Is it a live action film?
Can I get the definition of live action film?
Real people versus animated.
No.
Not real people. Okay.
No, sorry. No. Like you said, is it a live action film? I said, oh, my bad. Yes. It's real people, the whole thing. No, yes. Sorry.
Not animated. It is
Yes.
live action. It is real people.
Okay.
Yes. It is live action real people.
Are there more than one of these movies?
It is a part of a franchise,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that too much of an answer?
No.
Okay.
That's pretty much what I was getting at. Like, is there like multiple, like, for like a franchise or like a
Yeah,
1,
like a
2,
Star
or
Wars,
3, or
obviously.
like or the same movie but with like a slightly different name?
Yeah.
Or
Okay,
it's like
then
a
yeah.
So we got a 90s kind of comedic action flick. Ah, okay. Okay. So, are you a buddy cop flick?
No. I'm not actually sure what that is, but I can't imagine that what I'm thinking
Buddy
of
cop
or what
meaning like the Starsky and Hutch, like
Oh, no.
that kind of a scenario.
okay.
No.
Does it take place in the States?
Yes.
Does your movie take place in the state of Florida?
There are parts. Yeah, there are parts.
We do end up in Florida at times. Okay.
Where are you
Like
where
throughout the movie, like not necessarily every character. I can't tell you that, but
No,
okay.
but there's points where
There's
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 Florida.
moments where
Okay.
they're showing camera footage
Yeah.
of Florida. Yeah.
I'm trying to think where you're going with that, Sean.
I'm just kind of trying to narrow down locations within, because you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
we're not talking about a movie that is maybe centralized in the Midwest, right? Like those are the kind of questions.
Does the lead have a like best friend character that's like with the majority of the movie?
No.
Okay.
All right. Does this movie have multiple major named actors in it?
I think that I would say I'm gonna give you a little bit of info. I would say that it definitely had mid to mid-major stars.
Okay.
In
So
the movie.
a lot of names
Where-
that people at least would recognize.
Names.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
names.
yeah.
There's names. Yeah. There's some names.
Were there animals involved in this movie?
Not anything directly, no.
Okay.
Oh,
So
like there could be some sightings.
it wasn't like a main focus feature. Gotcha.
Yeah.
What is it called? I think it was. I think that was the name of the movie. Are you the race?
No.
Oh. Are you Rat Race?
No.
Oh.
Okay, that's what it was called.
That's what you were thinking of. That's what you were thinking of. That's what you were thinking of. And I thought he was giving you a technical. I thought he was giving you a technicality there, and I was like, I got you, Sean. I got your back, bro.
Yeah,
dude, Rat Race is such a fucking good movie, dude.
It's so ridiculous. Like
John Lovitz in that movie kills me.
And that's like, there's so many actors that are like names.
Mr. Bean's in it, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and it takes place all over the country. So Little bits of Florida are there. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Okay. Okay.
I
So
thought I was onto it. Damn. Oh man.
thought we were on a roll there.
Yeah, I really thought we were. I really thought.
Hey, just keep on that good vibe. Keep on that good vibe.
Oh man. Um. Mm, mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Does your movie have a like criminal bad guy in it?
Yes. But like if you're doing this, like I don't know what that means entirely, but like if you're asking
'cause
me
I
if
just mean
there's
the
a
whole
criminal bad guy in the movie,
yeah, like
yes,
all
there
movies
is.
have some sort of antagonist, right? I guess I'm saying like does your antagonist have a criminal aspect?
The criminal is 100% what they are.
Okay.
Is your lead a child?
Yes.
You motherfucker.
He screwed it up. He fucking gave it to me with how he answered that last question.
Yep. 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 Are you home alone?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. What did I say that like tipped it?
Because you were like, yeah, they were.
They're definitely criminal.
You said they.
Oh,
So
I
that
did,
instantly
I did.
made me think of two people. I'm like, oh, burglars breaking into a house for a little.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love it
Single-
though. See, I knew that you guys had both seen that movie. Like everybody's
Single
seen
lead
that
Oh
movie,
yeah.
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah. All right.
Good one.
Go. I'm ready.
All right. You want the first question?
Yeah.
Go for it, Chris.
Are you from pre-2000?
No.
Okay.
No.
Mm. Do you take place on the West Coast?
No. No,
Okay.
I don't. I would not like West Coast United States now, if that's what you meant.
Yeah, okay, fair. I will clarify, not West Coast United States.
No.
Fair. Awesome.
Okay. Are you from? Are you okay? So are you the oldest you could be would be 2010?
Huh?
Are you from after 2010?
No.
Okay, so you're somewhere in that decade of like the whatever they're called.
20, the aughts, the early aughts, I guess.
Okay.
Are you a comedy?
Yes.
Are you grandma's boy?
No.
Well, I just wanted to think about grandma's boy.
Dude, I kind of thought you were
Okay.
gonna pick it, bro.
Okay.
To be honest.
So then I'm gonna follow that though and ask, are you stoner comedy?
No, I wouldn't say it's no. It's not like a shed time oriented one.
do you have a like a male lead
Yes.
character? Okay. In the 2000s, a lead not on the West Coast.
Did you win any awards?
Let me see if I can find that out.
See, the hard part for me is like once I start to like piece a little bit together, I sell myself on a goal, and then I try to ask questions that answer to that
Yes.
goal.
Oh, well, okay. Let me ask you this. Does a Critics' Choice Award count?
I mean, it's an award.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Was there like action aspects to your movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a superhero element to your movie?
No.
Does your lead character have a co-star like that works with them most of the movie?
Um, I'm. I would say this is a weird one. It's a weird one to answer without giving anything away. Um,
Do you want me to
um,
like reword the question or something?
sure. Try to reword it and see if I can answer it differently. I don't know how you would, but
Okay, secret time. I forgot what my question was.
I will.
Like
You know
no
what?
joke, I can't remember.
For this one, I'm gonna say no because it's not like one specific person with them the entire time. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
All right.
So
Yeah,
again,
now
we're
I
not
remember
talking
what I
about like
asked.
a buddy film.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah, so it
it's
can't be like Rush Hour.
no, not like a Rush Hour.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Are you a movie with multiple segments versus one long cohesive story?
Uh, I would say no. It's kind of just one. Like obviously there's cuts and stuff, but it's more just kind of
Yeah, but
like
it's one whole
it's
story.
not like a whole. There may be like one, maybe two
It's
kind of
not like we're
flash.
telling
Maybe
four
a
stories
yeah,
or
maybe like a flashback or something, but mainly just
yeah, yeah. Well, that's in service of the main story. It's just like it's not like
Or okay, so are you meaning like maybe following more than one character sort of thing?
I'm saying like Quentin Tarantino's Four Rooms is four separate stories.
Dude,
Yeah, no,
Pulp
it's not like
Fiction is
it's one
Pulp Fiction's a
story.
bunch of different
Yeah,
stories.
I would say it's just one. Okay, yeah, one.
Okay.
Honestly, I was asking that question to rule out the Jackass series.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. It's nothing like that. Yeah.
Just trying not to give away my thought process too far, but yeah.
Did I even think about those ones? That would have been a good pick.
That would have been tough. I already feel the pressure right now, so like trying to guess Jackass would have been fucking really hard, man.
All right, you guys want a little hint?
No, like I'm not really feeling the pressure. I was just joking. Okay. Is there driving scenes in your movie? Is that a part of the action?
No, not necessarily. It's not like a major thing.
Yeah, like there's no car chase or anything like that. I guess maybe I should have said,
Mm,
is there like a car chase
no,
or
I
something
don't
in the
think
movie?
there's really a car chase that I could think
Okay.
of. Not that one that pops out in my head, at least.
Okay.
A lot of other shit though.
So we don't have superheroes. We're not on the West Coast. We got an action-y comedy situation between 2000 2010.
A male, like more solo-ish lead
Yep,
character, like
yep.
Well, see, that's where it's not. He's not necessarily solo, but it's not just like one guy, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's not like him and one dude going about. It's like more of like an ensemble thing, if that makes sense. Like there's a star, but there's like multiple kind of characters
he
throughout.
is like a fully
Yeah,
supporting cast.
yeah.
Just
That sort of
nobody
thing.
specific.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not like
There's
Step
my hint. Yeah, it's not like a Step Brothers or like the other guys where it's like Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell doing their thing, or like fucking uh 21 Jump Street or whatever, fucking
Yeah, yeah.
Channing Tatum, fucking Jonah Hill.
Do you have a historical aspect to your film?
Um no, no. No.
Okay.
I'll say no. I might get called no. I don't think it'd be considered no.
Oh, like it would be considered. No, no. Okay, okay. Uh,
I should look at chat
it.
and see if anybody's got it yet.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think.
Dang, Chatty hasn't even got it yet.
Was the person that was the lead star? Do you remember seeing them on television before you saw them on movies?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I was like one of
Well,
those questions. It was like
yeah.
seems like it seemed like a good idea, but like now that I have that
You
information,
would have
it's like
seen
my
him.
mind is like
You would have seen him on TV before you seen him in movies.
okay.
Is your cast made of multiple A-list actors?
I would say pretty much. Well,
You know,
yeah.
people on that caliber of Denzel
People,
Washington.
people. Well,
Stallone.
no, I wouldn't say it. Well, people that like you would definitely know who they are for like in the
They're like A-listers. They're
for
not like
comedy.
the
Yeah, for like
peak.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I'll give
maybe one or two. You know what I mean?
could we do like
There's a
everybody's
couple.
got their own
Yeah, I would say yes.
category,
I
right?
would say yes, just because of like like majority wise, I would say yeah.
Like they're all people that like they're earning
If
money.
you heard their name, you'd know exactly who they were and be able to name like a couple movies. For
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
In the movie, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna ask a very specific question, which is just gonna lead me to knowing the answer. If I get it right. So I guess
Yes,
that's good, right?
that
That's
could be
key.
true.
In the movie, does the male character get someone pregnant?
No.
No. Okay.
Were you thinking Knocked Up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Great movie.
Because I was like, oh, all those people, I would know who they were, but like none of them are like huge stars.
It's kind of along those sort of lines though. Like, you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Okay. So I'm gonna ask this one because that era was so full of them. Are you an Adam Sandler movie?
No.
Because he was pumping out like one a year at that era.
Are you a Seth Rogen movie?
No. Keep going on those lines though, because eventually you're gonna hit the guy.
So I was thinking that maybe it could be like Zach
think of other guys that like were making a lot of comedies and stuff around that time.
Hmm. Hmm. Was your leading role on Saturday Night Live?
Yes,
So we have an SNL cast member. Okay.
I believe that's where he got his start. Well, was he a cast member? Or was he a writer? Either way, you would have seen him on SNL. Yeah. Like he was definitely in a skit or two. For sure. Like not as a host, like well,
He's a
yeah,
cast
that too.
member.
But yeah, you would have seen him like as like either a cast
He might have
or
went
like
back
support,
after as a host, but he was a
Yeah.
cast member at one point.
Like
Yeah.
when we
He
when we
worked
brought up
he
that
worked
whole-
on SNL as either a writer or a cast member.
Yeah,
like
like
I'm not sure because there's times where writers would be features sometimes depending on like what the skit was or whatever. I've been actually doing a lot of SNL diving lately and like not necessarily rewatching stuff, but like anybody if you're interested in SNL, listen to the Fly on the Wall podcast with David Spade and Dana Carvey because you get to hear about all the goods from like the good old SNL days, from like the fucking bad boys of comedy, Sandler, Farley, Rock, Spade, like those years, and then some before and some after. But anyways, where are we at on this? Oh yeah, so yes, they were on SNL. Yes.
Yeah. So that's Uncle Chris. And we have SNL alum to try to think about.
I was thinking like a Phil Hartman movie, but I was like, no, like he was definitely more than just like he was like a main player on that show. But that he might not even alive after 2000.
Yeah, I will say I don't think he had a very long stint, but he did start there, I think. You guys want another hint?
Did you have a love interest in the movie?
No.
Okay.
Is Will Ferrell in this movie?
No.
Trying to think of more people who were doing tons of movies.
Now
back
it's pretty
then.
much getting to the figuring out like who. If you guys figure out,
I'm just
who
thinking
the
of
lead
cast
is,
members from that
if you guys
time,
can
bro.
figure out who the lead is, I feel like you can figure out possibly what the movie is. And I feel like if you get the lead, I'll pretty much just give it to you at that point.
Yep. All right. So then I'm just gonna go with this one. I'm gonna jump over you real quick, Chris. Did Addie Tooney already get this right with 40-Year-Old Virgin?
No one has gotten it right.
Okay.
No one's even close, to be honest. Which is kind of surprising.
Because it was a damn good guess from Addie, and I had to get it
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
dude.
Gates.
Good old Steve Carell in those days was killing it for sure.
Yeah, he was putting out a bunch of good flicks then too.
I'm trying to think. I'm stuck on trying to think of like actors from that era of SNL that like made it out and like got some level of fame. Do you start Jason Sudeikis?
No.
Okay. Sorry, Sean. That was a weak question, but I felt like I could at least say it fast.
You guys want me to just give you the lead and then you can figure out the movie?
I mean, I guess looking at the time, that probably wouldn't be a good idea.
All right. The lead is Ben Stiller.
Oh shit. Yeah, he put out a fuck ton of movies too. Yeah.
Are you Zoolander?
No.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know if it's the right era, but were you Something About Mary?
No.
I think that came out in the 90s too.
I was gonna say, I thought that was earlier. It's like, I don't know. And besides, there's a love interest in that. It definitely is disqualified.
Are you a Night at the Museum?
Nope.
I was stuck on like Ben Stiller movies. I was like, I don't even know, bro.
Don't know Ben Stiller movies enough.
Think of one just.
Are you Meet the Parents?
No.
Are you Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
It's a movie within a movie, bro. And it's
Right,
got Tom
right.
Cruise in it, but he don't look like Tom Cruise.
No, he does not look like fucking Tom Cruise.
He don't sound like him either. But anyways, yeah, dude, that was a good round, dude. We went extra long tonight. Extra long. Shout outs to Kevin K because he got it first. Tropic Thunder. First guess was Zoolander, and then he went Tropic Thunder.
Good call, Kev.
Yeah,
Good call.
I was like, man, I thought when said that it's like an ensemble cast and you guys narrowed it down to SNL, you guys were like, oh, you guys, I'm going to get this, bro. But like I said, Ben Stiller only had a very small stint on SNL. And then after that, he actually got his own show.
Yep.
Anywho.
Damn, that was a good one.
Yeah, dudes. Good round. And
fun.
Just a fun day, dude. Fun night here in the green room, hanging out with the boys. You know what I mean? Had some good conversation at the top with some good questions and a good round of Who Am I? So with that, I think it's time that we go ahead and close this thing out. So Chris, over to you, my friend.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for keeping the chat active tonight. Yeah, if you guys want, I think that you guys should all want to. But if you don't, it's all right. You know, you find your time. But you should right now go to shedtimepodcast.com and just check it out. Or like set a reminder on like some podcasting platform. That'd be cool too. And of course, you know, we got a Patreon and all that stuff on there. But Sean, honestly, like I can't say it enough. He killed that site. And if you guys want, you guys can check me out on Tuesday nights on KVTV's YouTube channel for Mixing It Up. Last week we actually had Anthony Romella on, which you guys see in our chat all the time. He's an awesome dude. We were mixing it up, obviously. And yeah, like just come by and check it out. It's always fun. And I think that's it. Because other than that, you can catch me next Friday night here. And Sean, take it away. Everybody live. I can't remember. I messed up everything.
Live your best life.
No, that's the podcast.
Have a great weekend.
Everybody take care. Have a good week. And
Yeah.
live your best life. Yeah.
You still stuck on that Tropic Thunder question?
Just fucking,
Got 'em all
you know,
fried.
I love you all.
So yeah, with that, big shout out to all y'all for always coming through, joining us every week after week. It really does mean the world to us. Like Uncle Chris said, go check out shedtimepodcast.com. That's your source for all things for Shed Time Podcast. You can listen to the podcast and yeah, show us some love there. Otherwise, you know what I'm going to tell you. Don't let the best get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, be sure to have some fun.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some Confucius Say. A little bit of wise words of wisdom, some food for thought for all of you guys to think about over the weekend, coming from my main man, Confucius. And today, Confucius Say, men who get hit by a car get that rundown feeling. He also says, the quietest place in the world is the complaint department at a parachute packing plant.
That's true.
It's dark, man. It's dark. But anyways,
It
guys,
is
thank you
dark.
guys all for joining us for this a little bit of a longer episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little Q&A as well as the Who Am I that we got into. And hopefully you guys also enjoy your weekend, you know, get some little rest and relaxation in, maybe a little shed time, maybe whatever you want to get into, man. You know, the weekend is yours to enjoy, so do that because I know I'm going to. And with that, I'm going to end it as I always do, sending out positive vibes, crisp high fives, and as always, let's just vape on, Shedheads.